deserving class. So fitting that Hill and Kidd would go in at the same time after sharing those Rookie of the Year honors 25 years ago. Tony, you played with both Nash and Kidd. What made each of those guys someone that made you a better player?
I think when I left Sacramento, it was to go play with Jason Kidd because he was such a good facilitator, and he made the game easy for me, and I wanted to go and be a scorer. So he allowed me to play my natural position, and he was such a good passer that anytime you ran down the court, you were open. He made sure he seamed the ball up, and it was delivered on time. And when you get someone that can deliver the pass right into your pocket, and the only thing you have to do is shoot, he made the game easy for not only myself, but Sean Marion, Cliff Robinson, Rodney Rogers. Everyone enjoyed playing with Jason. He sacrificed his game for all of us, and he became a much better shooter at the end of his career.
Grant Hill, that's a name that I saw the smile come as soon as I mentioned his name. What was that energy like for the Pistons when he first came in and became this phenomenon immediately in the league?
Well, not only for the Pistons, but for the league. I mean, there aren't many people who get anointed, with the crown to carry the league and be the face of the league. And when Grant Hill came in, he was basically anointed by the league players and everyone to be the next carrier of the league, and he was doing a fantastic job of that, on and off the floor. And when you talk about like 6'8" guys with handle, I mean, we see a lot of those guys now.
Now, yes. But
Grant Hill was the first guy that came into the NBA that I remember that was 6'8" with a killer crossover. His crossover it wasn't like Iverson, but for a 6'8" guy, it was like Iverson, I mean, he had a crossover. He was quick to the hole. He was dunking and everything else. And, I've said this before. If he and Penny Hardaway had not got hurt, then the bar for imagery in terms of the player that you wanted to be like if you were 6'7", 6'8", it would have been those two guys. Now we look at a lot of young players. They see LeBron James and Kevin Durant as their models in terms of who they want to play like. If Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill don't get hurt, those are the two guys that everybody's trying to play.
And I think you would have seen it sooner from so many other guys, just seeing how they play the game, just being long and athletic, and like you said, just being able to be playmakers, but also making their teammates better. When you think about Shaq in Orlando, him and Penny, how they dueled together was well. You was looking at Grant Hill and Penny being in the backcourt. Just can you imagine both of those guys being healthy, how they would have affected the game?
Yeah, and I mean, and then you talk about, Grant's off the court. I mean, really,
he's
like
blockbuster.
Yeah, and one day he's going to run for president. I mean, he's the ultimate, I mean, Grant is smooth. And, what he was doing for our league at that time in terms of carrying the league, presenting it, representing it right, so forth and so on. I mean, he was perfection.
He was an ambassador of the league when you think about just how much he affected the game. But it goes back to his parents. His parents gave him a great upbringing, a great foundation.
Player,
yes,
right?
they gave him a great foundation
ambassador.
to start that. So you look at those two guys, even Grant and all the guys that went in this year, all were good players, great players. But Grant just was one of the ones that got hurt a little early in his career.
Hashtag Hill 2020. That's what we're going to put out there. Isaiah said
Grant Hill for president.
Grant Hill for president.
I don't want to die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story.